to On The Volley, where we talk about all things football, but I'm here to talk about Celtic. You know, the game against Bodø Glimt has been covered. I've seen some of the, you know, YouTube channels that's covered that game. I've read quite a few of the comments as well. We did something, we put something on it. We watched the game at the pub, you know, the Finnegan's Irish pub, the Celtic pub in Rome. And to be totally honest, we wanted, our video that we posted, what we really wanted to do was do one on the similar lines that we did, okay, when we recorded inside the pub, when we played them lot down the road. There weren't that many Celtic supporters there, okay, the atmosphere wasn't the same, and don't get me wrong, I mean, I didn't expect the atmosphere to be like our game against them lot down the road. That's a completely different level. But it was a European game, so we did expect more of an atmosphere, more people there. But hey, it is what it is, you know, for whatever reason. Maybe some people couldn't get there because of work, okay. Who knows? But anyway, we was there, and I was very, very fortunate and honoured to meet Eddie Toner and Jeanette Finley, who I'm pretty sure, okay, if you're a Celtic fan, you know who they are, because they're very well known within the Celtic fan base community for all the work that they've done. You know, what with the Celtic Supporters Association, the Celtic Trust, okay, etc., etc. I'm not going to sit here and do a list of everything, okay, right? You know these two people, they're very well known. You know, they've been on other YouTube channels. So for them to give me some time, I'd like to thank them, number one. You know, we're still not at the level of the other Celtic YouTube channels. We know that, okay, right? We're still very much, if you like, part-timers. We're small. We're you know, okay, we're over 1,000 subscribers, but we're still very, very small fish. And it is a part-time thing for us at the moment. It is something that we love, okay, and we're enjoying it. We're enjoying every minute of it. But sometimes it's difficult to, you know, have the right balance. This is why this one's going to be coming out late. Anyway, let's go on to it. Okay, let's go on to the football. So, I'm not going to cover too much on Bodø Glimt. Yeah, all I want to say is that, you know, I take my hats off to them. Yeah, congratulations. Well played, lads. Well played. Okay. You might have heard I call them the Celtic of Norway. And if I was Norwegian, I'd support Bodø Glimt. I love the way they play their football. Very similar to Celtic, very similar to Angeball. You know, the high pressing, the closing down, the incisive passing, you know, in defence, together attack. It's just, it was a joy to watch, to be totally honest. Unfortunately, we were on the receiving end. But if you think about it, us being on the receiving end of that type of football, we now can imagine how other teams and their supporters feel when they're on the receiving end, when we actually play like that. And although we lost 3-1, and it's a shame because, you know, when it was 2-0 down, we get a goal back and, you know, straight after they scored. Now, I think that just knocked the stuffing out. But let's be honest, our game, if you watch the game against Raith Rovers, it was very similar to Raith Rovers. I mean, if you remember, especially the first half of our game against Raith Rovers, our passing was sloppy. We were misplacing passes. Our first touch was not good enough. The balls into the box were being overhit, you know, and made us a fast player. But some of the balls were just really badly overhit. And I mean, Jota, who's very clinical in his passing, near the end of the game, you know, he runs down the left wing. I think Maida was running in the middle, waiting for that cross. the cross came in, and unlike Jota, okay, instead of going to the player, it was just too close to the goalkeeper. We just didn't do ourselves justice, okay? We didn't play the Celtic way, and I believe that Bodø Glimt played us at our own game, but they played us better. They played it better, yeah? And I also want to take my hat off to Knutson. I'm not even going to try and pronounce his first name, okay, because I'll murder it. I just haven't got a clue. I'll just call him by his surname. And that's a manager to look out for, okay, because I honestly believe that that's another Ange Postecoglou type of manager, okay, with his style of football. Now, we've got to go to their ground. Are we going to win? I'd like us to win. I'd like us to go through because, you know, any competition you're in, you really want to do well. But I don't have too much hopes of going through. And to be totally honest, okay, if we don't go through, I personally won't be too disappointed. And judging by some of the comments, okay, I think there's quite a few of the fan base that won't be too disappointed neither. Because at least that leaves us to concentrate on the league and the Scottish FA Cup. So, you know, there's two ways of looking at it. But there's obviously people that were disappointed with our performance and the fact that we lost. And you saw that, okay, at the stadium. You know, it was being televised, okay. I don't know how many countries it was being shown in. And although I can understand the fans, okay, I can't say that I agree with them. You know, it's just my opinion, okay? Don't get me wrong, I'm not criticising anyone. But it wasn't a great sight to see fans leaving the stadium 10, 15 minutes before the end of the game. But hey, it is what it is. I mean, who am I to say anything, okay? It's just my opinion, okay? I'm not here to judge anyone. You know, and although we lost 3-1, yeah, I'm not going to criticise or judge any of the players, okay, right? Because if you look at the way we have been playing, okay, and the improvement we've made over the season, you know, we lost the game, okay? I hate losing. I know Ange hates losing, and I'm pretty sure the players hated losing, yeah, okay? But it's going to happen. And to be totally honest, happening in the Europa Conference League is probably better than happening in the league, in the Premiership, so Scottish Premier League, okay. So look, excuse me, I'm not going to judge Ange neither. There were a few people that were saying that, you know, commenting that Rogic and O'Reilly, they can't play together. Hatate should have been on. I mean, I was surprised Hatate was on the bench. And there was other comments saying that we should have started with Gigi rather than Maida. I would have started with Gigi rather than Maida as well. But then again, I don't think, one, that we can judge, okay, Rogic and O'Reilly, how they play together. It's too early. Let's see how they get on. Let's give them time to gel. And Maida did a lot of running, okay, but when you overhit balls and you don't give him an opportunity, you don't give him enough balls, okay, where he can run onto and actually get to, you're not really giving him an opportunity to shine. So we can't even judge Ange's team selection, because think about it. This is a guy that turned around when he came in. He said, "Don't judge me, okay, on this season. Judge me on the next season, okay, the following season." Because he's experimenting. He's going to try out different formations, different players, okay, playing together, so that he has an idea of how he wants to set his team up for next season, especially with his rotating system. So I don't think any of us can be disappointed. And I'll go to something which Eddie said. In the interview, Eddie turned around and said that if a Celtic fan had gone around last season saying that, at this stage of the season, that we would have won the Scottish League Cup and be top of the table, they would have carted him off in a loony bin. And I completely agree. Nobody, okay, has expected this, okay? Look, let's not forget, all my Celtic boys at the beginning of the season, when Ange came in, I asked them, I said, what is your expectation? What is your goal? What do you expect from Celtic this season? And every single one of them said, that they just want the gap to be closed, okay? Because don't forget, we lost the Scottish Premier League with a 25-point gap. So that was the only thing in the mind of most of my Celtic boys, just to close that gap. We've already exceeded expectations, way exceeded it. Then let's take what Jeanette said, okay? Jeanette, and I agreed with her 100%, she turned around and she said, you know what? I really don't care about the Europa League. The Europa Conference League, sorry, okay? Let me correct myself, it's all Europa, yeah? The Europa Conference League. She cares more about the Scottish Premier League, okay? That is it. That is the number one priority. And let's be honest, it's the number one priority for every Celtic fan, okay? We want our title back. That's what every Celtic fan says. We want our title back. So that's a priority, yeah? And if we can win the Scottish FA Cup as well, that is what I would call the icing on the cake for this season, because that would be the treble in Ange's first season, when the expectation was only to close the gap. So, for the Celtic fans that were disappointed, I understand that. I do understand that. We all hate losing games. I played football. I hated losing any game. I hated it. But it happened. Sometimes you play and you have an off day and things just don't click between you. Normally it was because some of the boys used to go out drinking the night before and then turn up the morning after to play football. Hey, we weren't professionals, so, I'm talking Sunday League here. But, for whatever reason, it just didn't click, okay? The only worrying factor is that it was the same performance that we had in the first half against Raith Rovers. So, we're coming up for the Sunday game against Dundee FC, okay? And to be totally honest, I believe there'll be a backlash there. And I reckon we'll be back on form, okay? And we will knock some goals into the back of that net. Look, I was happy to see Karamoko Dembele on the bench. I hope the guy, I hope he actually gets some game time at some stage. I've heard so much about the guy. I haven't seen him play. I'm excited to see him play. And we're missing Kyogo. We are missing Kyogo. So, Kyogo, hurry up, mate. Yeah, get back as soon as you can. And I know you're working hard, okay, to make sure that you're back and helping, your teammates out. I said I was only going to talk briefly about the game against Bodø. So I apologise. I've been going on, and I know it's all been covered. But I just want to say something else. I think most of the Celtic fan base, judged by the comments, they give credit to Bodø Glimt, okay? And that is a very, very good thing, okay, right? It means that we appreciate our football. And what was not to appreciate there, yeah? I've already said this. If we don't get through, Okay, if we don't beat them on their home ground, on their synthetic pitch, which is not going to be easy, I'll be rooting for Bodø to win the Europa Conference League Cup. Oh, they're the underdogs. Nobody expects them to get anywhere, to be totally honest. But with the football they play, they remind me of Celtic when we're in full flow. I take my hat off to Knutson, their manager, okay, and Knutson ball. Okay, that doesn't sound really good, you know what I mean? Knutson ball. Okay, so Knutson ball. Okay, maybe that sounds a little bit better. You know, so if we don't get through, good luck to them. Anyway, so as I was saying, on to tomorrow, yeah, we've got Dundee FC, and it should be a done deal, okay, on paper. You know, it's there for us to win, okay. I can't see us losing. I think in the first half, we should be winning the first half 2 or 3-0. I expect to see some kind of a backlash. I'm pretty sure Ange will have all the players fired up for this game after that performance. He wasn't happy. He was not happy with that performance. And again, you know, I don't blame him. So I'm looking forward to the game on Sunday. I'm looking forward, okay, to seeing a backlash. And I would predict that the backlash will be somewhere on the lines, probably and hopefully with more goals than what happened when we demolished them lot down the road, okay, 3-0. And then they went on to play Hearts and beat them 5-0. So I would expect the same kind of reaction from our players. Although I lost to Bodø Glimt, okay, the Celtic of Norway, doesn't weigh as much as if we had lost to them lot down the road, okay, you know, that would have been even worse. So if I had to choose which one to lose to out of the two, definitely Bodø. Let's just stay top of the league now, yeah? Let's concentrate on that. I'm not worried about the next game against Bodø Glimt. I really not, okay? Win, lose, draw, it doesn't matter. Let's win the Scottish Premier League and let's win the Scottish FA Cup. Get into the Champions League, okay? And then next season, let's put a show in the Champions League. I would love Celtic. I would love to see them get to the final, go up there, pick up that Champions League trophy and lift it up, okay? What an achievement that would be. And that is a massive, I mean, you're talking the level of the Lions here, yeah? You know, does anyone believe that that can be achieved? I believe it can be achieved under Ange. Some people will say, you know, I'm exaggerating. It's what I believe. It's what I'm hoping for, okay? It's not what I'm predicting. So don't take me wrong. That said, there were some people that were touting around the quadruple this season, yeah? And I thought that was just a little bit too much, okay? You know, quadruple in the first season of Ange would be an amazing achievement, and it's still doable. It is still doable. I just don't believe that, you know, I wouldn't talk about quadruple. If it happens, okay, I'd be well pleased, okay? I just think it's too early to talk about quadruple. I think we can definitely talk about the treble. 14 games left. Let's just improve. We're improving, and as Ange said, he hasn't reached his peak yet. Anyway, that's it from me. I've got nothing else to say. Thank you for watching. Press like if you like. Put your comments in underneath. Me, Shah. I'm out.